Welcome to week 4 of online learning. This is our third full week of having everything online. So I'm going to walk you through how to do this folder just like always. So we do have a weekly check-in. It's a discussion board. So it does say, so let's try to find a bright side in all of this. What's something that has been going well for you since we left school? So that can be anything, whether it's school related or not. Let's say, I don't know, maybe you found a really funny TikTok video and that's been going well for you, or you started a YouTube channel, or you've been able to keep on top of all your work. Anything that's been going well, totally fine. And then we do have 3 folders to get through for this week. One is respiratory system research, then we're going to talk about asthma, and then how to measure lung capacity. So let's go ahead and open up this respiratory system research folder. So just like we did with the digestive system beforehand, you're going to sketch and label the respiratory system with descriptions of what each part of the respiratory system does. I included here the organs or parts that you do want to include on your drawing. So there's that. That'll be one assignment. Next is just a quick little, so the air is in our lungs, what now? So once the air is actually in your lungs, how is it that we get the oxygen all over the body? So you'll watch this video and then you'll answer these 2 questions. It says 1-1. This should say 1-2. I think the formatting is just a little off, but you will answer those 2 questions in a submission form here. And then a self-check for understanding. So this is a little mini quiz where you get to identify the different parts of the respiratory system by dragging and dropping, and then place the sequence of events in order to show what happens after the diaphragm contracts. So what happens after you're bringing in air into the system. Okay. So then we have a folder on asthma. So this is what is asthma. You'll watch this video and then answer these 2 questions. That's one assignment. Then how does asthma affect airways? So you'll use this link. It takes you to this website. There is a video on here. I tried to get it embedded into Schoology, but it wasn't working. So you do have to follow the link to watch this video. And then you'll answer this question. Describe how changes inside the airways lead to an asthma attack. So what exactly goes on during an asthma attack that creates asthma? And then Melissa's second visit. So we have how to analyze Melissa's second visit. You're going to see a peak flow chart that you have to color in. Either she's in her green, yellow, or red zones. The average peak flow is 267 for someone of Melissa's size. So you're going to say 80% of 267 to 100% of her normal peak flow would be she's good. 50% of 267 to that 80% is caution. You know, you're not getting as much air in as you could be. And then anything less than 50% is when it's a medical emergency. So this isn't an assignment, it's just how to analyze Melissa's peak flow chart. And if you need help with the math on how to figure that out, I do have a video here that kind of shows you how to do the math for that, using a different number so that you can work through the math on your own. Otherwise, when you come back to here, you're going to be analyzing, basically that's going to help you analyze this medical history chart. So let's go through this real quick. So once again, you get a little bit of a case history. You may want to highlight important information for you to know. And then you get her physical exam results. Her pulse ox does seem to have gotten higher since her last visit. There's some more info. She was monitoring her symptoms, so she noted when she had coughing, either in the morning or at night, for about 7 days. And then she had some breathing problems, or when she was wheezing, she marked when that happened. And then try to explain like why that might have happened here in the different days. But then you also have her peak flow readings, so they graphed it all out. What you're going to do here is you're going to section it off. So we know that 267, which is right about here, is her peak, the highest she can get, or the best possible number for peak flow. However, you want to section this off by adding in colors. One way to do that is going to be to copy the image. And you can also back up your peak flow ranges down here by writing them out, what you figured out. Then you're going to go to Insert, drawing new, you can paste that picture of the graph right there. And then what this is going to let you do is do a highlight around whatever ranges you figure out belong to Melissa in particular. So then I'm going to go ahead and put green. I'm going to weight it a little bit more so it's easier to see. And then I can do the same steps in order to add the yellow and red zones for wherever they're supposed to go. Okay, because then when I save and close, that graph pops up there and I can delete this graph. Okay, last but not least, you want to do your explanation of results. So what does it mean now that you have figured out what the peak flow rate is? You may need to do a little bit of research on what happens when your peak flow rate is in certain ranges. And then the recommendation section is already filled out for you. So that's going to be all there is for that. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the next assignment. Going back to asthma, so we're done with that folder. We're going to go ahead and take a look back at week 4, measuring lung capacity. All right, so here we have a video where I explain how we breathe. The answers to these questions should be in this video, except for 3. You might need to do a little research or use what you have learned to answer number 3. Then there's a spirometry overview, which is basically Melissa was given a spirometry test. This video shows you what the spirometry test looks like and then how to interpret the test. You have some questions to answer down here. Going back to measuring lung capacity, Melissa's 3rd and final visit. This is information that you will need to know in order to figure out how to fill in Melissa's last medical history visit. So again, we have case history, physical exam. You're going to diagnose her. And then we'll come back to these 2 things later on, her prescriptions. Okay, so all you have to do is diagnose her for this one. You will need the information here in order to be able to diagnose. Okay, so that's it for week 4. Other than that, we got our end of week checkout, which is another discussion post. So we have now done 3 whole weeks of online learning, not including that first week where it was just 1 post. Would it be helpful to have a makeup work week or extra help week to help you get caught up? Or would you rather keep going through the assignments at the usual pace? So basically what this means is, would you rather have a week where I just post extra videos explaining stuff we've already gone over, whether it's videos on YouTube or videos I create, and that would mean that there's no new assignments necessarily, but there are other videos to help you out, so it gives you time to get caught up with 1 week worth of no new assignments, just assignments to get caught up on? Or are you okay with how we're going, being able to go through your own pace and then working out that way? So let me know how that goes. Be sure to include your discussion post here. And that's going to be it for this week. All right. See you in office hours. Remember, they're Wednesdays and Fridays from 10 to 10:30. And feel free to email me or message me on Schoology if you have any questions.